the ninth day, the door cracked. Doorgate is still an issue. Today, Harry Reid doing his darndest to make at least his door less of one. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and today, Harry's door cracked. Not a lot, and it turns out not for long, just long enough for Harry to come out and talk up a health care deal that is almost done. But the Groundhog Day moment really didn't last too long. Before reporters could get back to details, Reid back to his office and back to closing the door to that office, a door behind which the Senate boss hopes to hammer out a final Senate health care reform package we are told will include a public option and likely a pricier tab. It's hard to say because, again, it is hard to know. Doors closed, and in a rarity, negotiators' mouths are closed too. My next guest has a plan to hopefully and forcefully open both. With me now, Florida Republican Congressman Vern Buchanan. Congressman, what's your plan?
Well, our plan is, Neil, we want to have it's called a sunshine resolution, and our goal is to open up those secret deals or backroom deals. We can't afford it as American people anymore. What we're doing is the state of Florida has a sunshine law. You can't do what they're going to do here in the near future. If you look at what's happened with the stimulus bill, it was done in the back room, a matter of a couple of weeks, and then we get the bill the day before. The American people never get a chance to look at it. I'm trying to prevent that. We, in a very short period of time, 24 hours, we were able to get 100 members, bipartisan, on a bill saying we want this out in the
Well, how many Democrats, Congressman, have signed on to that?
I think we've got 4 or 5 Democrats on it, over 100 members, and we're trying to build that number every day. I mean, this is going to affect 1/6 of our economy. We think this needs to be open to the American people. We don't want something that's done in the back room for 2 or 3 weeks. We get a 2,000-page bill, and then we're expected to vote on it, and the American people have little time or no time to really go through it.
All right, so we're expected to be at least a 2,300-page bill. Is it safe to say the 100 people who've signed on to this are slow readers?
Well, the people that have signed on in terms of my resolution, we're going to work on it again this week, but we like to get 200-plus names on that. And again, we've got some Democrats on it. We want it to be bipartisan. We just want the whole process open to the American people. We don't want 5 or 6 people in the back room deciding the fate of our country. And health care is too important, especially when you look at seniors. They're taking $500 billion from the seniors. They're going to be looking at raising taxes on, I think, on the middle class, and of course they're talking about 8% tax on small businesses and raise the top bracket up to 45% federally in our state. It's the wrong thing, and we think it needs to be out in the daylight.
I can understand your anger, but I've heard from a lot of folks on the other side of the aisle since Doorgate burst wide open, Congressman, and they say, well, you know, Republicans were pretty good at closed doors too. Republicans were very good at keeping secrets. So we're doing, to a far lesser degree, what they did almost constantly. Would the better part of valor be just to remove all doors from all offices in the Capitol?
Well, I just think I wasn't here. I'm sure that's the way they've done business probably for 200 years, but it's time for a change for the American people.
All right, well, let me ask about your office, Congressman. How often is the door closed?
We try to leave our doors open. You can come down anytime you want, Neil.
So when you close it, I have a point here to this ludicrous line of questioning. When you do close it, is it ever locked?
Not that I know of. I mean, we lock it at night when I go home or our staff leaves. I usually leave before they do, but you know, we're very open. We've done a lot of town halls, 12 of them. We try to have a very open process. I tell people I'm not a career politician. I'm trying to do what's right for the American people. And this sunshine, in terms of this process, is good for the American people, the press, and for members, because we're not going to get a chance to weigh in on this bill. That's the sense. Again, if you look at what happened on the stimulus bill, a few members in the back room actually decide the fate of the stimulus. Now we're saddled with $1 trillion in debt.
All right, so you argue better to at least be discussing these in an open door environment. You're open to just having all doors removed, but bottom line, when they're closed, nothing gets done. You argue, right?
Well, I'm just arguing that they're going to take the 3 bills in the House and the 2 in the Senate.
Right.
They're going to get a vote out of each body, as you know, and go into conference, a few members, maybe 6, 12, I don't know how many, and they're in a backroom setting secretly, and then they're going to come out and give us a bill in 24 hours. They're going to jam it down the American people's throat. That's wrong. It's too big of a bill.
Gotcha. Congressman, a real pleasure having you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.